Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately. Sean Carter, Diddy, and Jay-Z are monsters.
That's not a guess. That's not gossip. That's a direct claim from someone deep inside the industry. But here's where it gets darker. We're not just talking about one medical crisis. We're talking about an entire network of female celebrities allegedly trapped in a medical nightmare. And the woman who helped create this nightmare? She's about to burn it all down. Janice Combs spent decades building an empire in the shadows, but now she's flipping, and 50 Cent has the receipts.
Yo, his mother got in the car. He was on the phone talking about somebody to something. And then he said to his mother, yo, didn't I tell you to stay out my MF business? Yo, I want to snatch the fucking shadow off him. I said, boy, who you talking to? I said, if you ever talk to your mother like that again, around me, I'm gonna beat the shit out you.
This isn't just about Diddy anymore. This is about how far up the chain this goes. And the names? They're about to shake Hollywood to its core. When you hear Diddy scandal, most people think they know the story. Federal raids, allegations, a man in handcuffs. But that's just the surface. The real story, the one that's about to detonate, involves someone nobody expected to turn. Someone who was supposed to stay silent forever. Her name is Janice Combs. For decades, Janice operated in the background. She wasn't just Diddy's mother. She was his architect, his co-conspirator, his shield. She knew everything. And I mean everything. The parties, the recruiting, the cover-ups, the money laundering schemes that kept federal investigators confused for years. But something changed. Something made her decide that protecting her son wasn't worth the price anymore. To understand why Janice is turning now, you have to understand what really happened inside Diddy's inner circle. And it starts with the parties. Not the white parties everyone saw on Instagram. The other parties. Here's what most people don't realize. Diddy didn't just throw casual celebrity gatherings. He engineered elaborate events, stages for control, manipulation, and exploitation. The first tier looked normal. Celebrities, music, photos, but even then things were off. People felt uncomfortable. Then came the second tier. Think about that. Not a small detail, a calculated, intentional design. And on these beds, things happened that people are now terrified to admit they witnessed. But the third tier, that's where the real crimes allegedly occurred. Private, exclusive, carefully curated guest lists. And from those parties came a medical crisis that nobody in Hollywood wants to acknowledge. The STDs, the HIV infections, the cover-ups. This is the angle nobody wants to touch because it's not just scandalous, it's criminal. It's a potential public health disaster, and it allegedly reaches into some of the biggest names in entertainment. Now, here's where 50 Cent comes in. 50 Cent isn't a random voice in this. He's been warning people for years about Diddy's behavior. That simple statement, it was 50 Cent seeing something that made him walk away. While others were getting deeper into Diddy's circle, 50 was getting out. He saw patterns. He noticed who was being isolated, who was becoming dependent, who was being trapped, and now, through his documentary project with Netflix, tentatively titled, Did He Do It? 50 Cent is about to reveal what he's known all along. But this time, he's not alone. He has corroboration. He has evidence. He has witnesses willing to talk. This is crucial. The FBI didn't just find party supplies at Diddy's properties. They found something far more damning. 1,000 bottles, not a dozen, not 100, 1,000. And according to court documents, these weren't just for personal use. They were inventory for the freak-offs. Diddy didn't just host these events. He orchestrated them. He arranged them. He directed them. And here's the critical part. He recorded them. Video evidence, physical evidence, documentary evidence of alleged crimes spanning decades. But videos can be hidden. Recordings can be destroyed. And that's exactly what investigators worry happened, which brings us back to Janice. Janice Combs was there. She witnessed everything. And according to insiders, she's now willing to testify about the female celebrities who were allegedly targeted, manipulated, and infected. To understand why Janice would turn against her own son, you have to understand their relationship. And it was twisted. This isn't normal. This isn't just a creepy family dynamic. This is indicative of someone with a deeply fractured psychology, someone capable of anything. And according to former bodyguard Gene Deal, Diddy showed early warning signs that should have disqualified him from ever being around people he could hurt.
He slapped his mother. And I was like, he did what? And Kirk Burrows said, yeah. I just thought because of what he was going through with the, the tragedy, it was like, I was stuck on stupid for a minute, but he was like, yeah, I thought that he would grow out of it, or it was just because all the shit he was going through. when he slapped his own mother.
A man who can assault his own mother, someone who raised him, cared for him, is a man who has no boundaries when it comes to women. And that pattern, it expanded exponentially once he had wealth, power, and access. Now Janice didn't just watch this happen. According to testimony, she participated in the cover-ups. She was allegedly present at the freak-off parties. She helped manage the money. She helped keep people silent through a combination of fear, financial incentive, and complicity. But something broke her loyalty. It could have been the slapping incident. It could have been realizing the depth of what her son was actually doing. It could have been the federal investigation getting too close. Whatever the reason, Janice decided that protecting herself was more important than protecting Diddy. And now, she's allegedly ready to name names. The female celebrities who attended, according to sources tied to the investigation, the list includes names that would shock the world. We're not talking about unknown figures. We're talking about A-list celebrities with legitimate careers, celebrities with brands to protect, celebrities with everything to lose if the truth comes out. Naomi Campbell's name has already surfaced. She was allegedly a frequent attendee of Diddy's events. She's been connected to both the Epstein Circle and the Diddy Circle, two separate but eerily similar networks of alleged exploitation. Her charity, under investigation for misusing donations. Her silence, deafening.
Yeah.
She was on a lot of flights.
A lot of flights.
You
She's
mentioned,
also Diddy's ex-girlfriend.
hey,
Isn't that funny? What a small world.
J-Lo is another name that's been whispered. According to her ex-husband, Ojani Noah, who's been incredibly vocal about this, Jennifer Lopez attended Diddy's parties regularly, even after their breakup. He posted publicly, Ojani isn't just making random accusations. He's naming specific items that federal investigators found. That's not coincidence. That's corroboration. That's someone who knows exactly what happened because he was connected to someone in that inner circle. But here's what makes Janice's potential testimony so explosive. She can connect these female celebrities not just to the parties, but to the medical crisis that followed. This isn't just embarrassing, this is criminal. Knowingly exposing people to infectious diseases without consent is a federal crime. And if Janice can testify that certain female celebrities were present at specific parties where infections allegedly occurred, especially if there's a pattern of transmission, that's not just scandal, that's the foundation for criminal charges. Industry insiders like Jaguar Wright have been dropping hints about this list for months. The reason she's so confident she can't be sued? Because she has the truth on her side. And when you have documentary evidence, medical records, federal investigation files, and witness testimony, a lawsuit becomes impossible. The defendant would have to admit to things in discovery that would make the whole thing worse. This is checkmate for the accused. Now, the reason 50 Cent's documentary matters so much is timing. Netflix has secured the rights to the project. The filming is allegedly in advanced stages. Multiple whistleblowers are on camera, former employees, ex-associates, people who've been waiting years for the moment when they could finally speak safely. Why? Because every day that passes, more people get scared. More people get pressured to change their stories. More evidence potentially disappears. Netflix knows this. 50 Cent knows this. And that's why the doc is being positioned as an octopus, impossible to kill because it keeps growing. But let's talk about what happened to people who got too close to the truth before. Let's talk about Craig Mack. Craig Mack was a rapper on Bad Boy Records. He was talented. He had potential. And according to insiders, he got caught up in Diddy's circle in ways that destroyed him. Craig Mack died from AIDS-related complications. And the question nobody wants to answer is, how did he get infected? Was it at one of the freak-offs? Was he targeted specifically? Was he one of the medical casualties that the documentary is about to expose? The pattern is becoming undeniable. People who get too close to Diddy either become dependent on him or they disappear. Some die, some go silent. Some attempt suicide. The casualties are stacking up. This is why Janice is terrified and why she might be willing to flip. That's not hyperbole. That's a genuine concern from people close to the case. Janice knows what Diddy is capable of. She's seen it firsthand. She's enabled it. And now that she's potentially ready to testify against him, her life is in danger. Think about it. She spent decades helping him hide money, hide crimes, hide victims. She was the co-architect of his infrastructure of exploitation. And if she turns state's evidence, she's not just exposing Diddy, she's exposing herself. She's admitting complicity. She's potentially facing her own criminal charges. But apparently whatever Diddy did to her, whether it was the way he treated her, disrespected her, or threatened her, it was worse than the alternative of staying silent. The female celebrities on that medical list, they're in a different position. They have more to lose, but also more more ability to protect themselves. Some might have legal teams already working on PR strategies. Some might be negotiating immunity deals. Some might be planning to go public before Janice's testimony can destroy their reputations. Fear, coordinated fear, because they know their names are coming. And here's the thing about the female celebrities. They're not just victims in this story. Some of them allegedly benefited from their access to Diddy. Some allegedly participated willingly. Some allegedly recruited other women. This isn't a simple morality play. This is complicated, messy, and deeply criminal, which is exactly why a documentary is the perfect vehicle to expose it. Because on camera, with proper context, with evidence displayed, the complexity becomes undeniable. You can't spin it. You can't PR it away. You can't claim it's just gossip. The federal investigation provides the framework. The documentary provides the narrative. And Janice's testimony, if she actually cooperates, provides the inside perspective that proves nobody was fooled. Everyone knew. Everyone participated. Everyone was complicit. He admitted it. On camera, he normalized it. He made it a punchline. You need paramedics at my parties. That's not a celebration of excess. That's an admission of liability. That's a confession that things happen at these events that are dangerous enough to require medical intervention. And now, connect that statement to the medical list. Connect it to the female celebrities. Connect it to the infections that allegedly occurred. Diddy didn't just throw wild parties. He created scenarios where people's health was put at risk. Whether intentionally or through negligence, the result is the same: criminal. The documentary will frame this. It will show the progression. It will demonstrate the pattern. And Janice, this woman who was once Diddy's greatest enabler, will be the witness who proves that leadership knew exactly what was happening and did nothing to stop it. In fact, according to sources, leadership did worse than nothing. They covered it up. They intimidated witnesses. They used money and power to silence people. They made sure that the medical crisis, the STD/HIV infections that resulted from these events, stayed out of the public eye until now.
If she wasn't for her, you wouldn't have no business.
Gene Deal said that about Janice, and it's true. Janice was foundational to Diddy's success. She was the mother figure who provided legitimacy. She was the family connection that grounded him. She was the co-conspirator who helped hide the money, hide the crimes, hide the bodies, metaphorically and literally. But now she's going to be the person who brings him down. The irony is almost poetic. The woman who built the infrastructure of his exploitation is now going to dismantle it. The woman who participated in covering up crimes is now going to testify about them. The woman who benefited from his power is now going to use her inside knowledge to destroy him. And the female celebrities, they're caught between silence and exposure, between maintaining the lie or admitting the truth, between staying complicit or coming forward. Some of them are probably already negotiating deals. Some are probably threatening counter lawsuits. Some are probably hoping they're not actually on that list or that their names will be buried in the documentary rather than highlighted. But if 50 Cent's project delivers what it promises, hope isn't going to be enough. Why would powerful industry figures try to stop a documentary? Because they're afraid of what's in it. Because they know their names are in there. Because they know that once the documentary drops, once Janice testifies, once the evidence is public, everything changes. Careers end, families are destroyed, legacies are erased, the glamorous facade of celebrity crumbles. And what's underneath, the exploitation, the abuse, the cover-ups, is exposed to the world. This is the real Diddy scandal. Not the raids, not the arrests, not the lawsuits. The real scandal is the systematic exploitation of women, the medical crisis that resulted, the cover-ups that followed, and the powerful people who enabled it all. And Janice Combs is allegedly about to blow the whistle on every single aspect of it. The question isn't whether she's going to talk. The question is, when? And more importantly, what else is she going to reveal that we don't even know about yet? Because if the female celebrity medical list exists, and all evidence suggests it does, then there are probably dozens of other secrets still buried. Other crimes, other victims, other cover-ups. 50 Cent's documentary is going to be the beginning, not the end. It's going to open doors that the federal investigation couldn't open. It's going to ask questions that courtrooms weren't asking. And it's going to bring forward witnesses that traditional justice systems couldn't reach. Janice Combs walking into a deposition or a recorded interview for that documentary, that's not just a turning point. That's the moment when the entire house of cards collapses. So what's next? We wait, we watch, we stay alert for the documentary announcement. And when it drops, when 50 Cent and Alexandria Stapleton's project finally hits Netflix, we're going to see one of the most explosive revelations in entertainment history. The fall of Diddy isn't complete yet. The real scandal, the medical list, the female celebrities, the systematic cover-ups is still being assembled. And the woman who knows everything is about to become the prosecution's star witness. Janice Combs walked into Diddy's life decades ago, but she might be the one who walks him out of it. And this time, she's not protecting him. She's destroying him. The names are coming. The evidence is coming. And 50 Cent's documentary is going to make sure the world never forgets exactly how far this conspiracy went and exactly who was complicit in keeping it alive.